Hey guys, how are you doing tonight? I am um, ready for, okay, ready. So tonight we're going to chat a little bit about do-it-yourself canine enrichment. I had somebody ask about that and I was like, that's a great idea. And so I was like, I've got to come up with a bunch of ideas because do-it-yourself hasn't always been something that I've always done. So I have a bunch of containers and we're going to play around and see what my dogs think is awesome and what's not. Because when I am doing canine enrichment with my dogs, some things are going to work really well and they're going to be like, yeah, I love that. And there's going to be other things where they're like, yeah, that was okay. What we're doing when we're looking at those enrichment type activities is it's a lot of trial and error at the very beginning where we're really just, did this one work? No. Okay. Did they love it? They kind of liked it. Maybe we'll try it again. So it is this process. So do it yourself stuff with things that you have at your house. See what we can, hey, Rachel, we'll see what we can figure out. All right. So I typically will do my enrichment work with my dogs with their food, but they've gotten kind of really picky over the last little bit. So I've got some cookies here. So as we're doing some of this enrichment to have my dogs go, maybe it is nice to work with it. So, oh, I guess you heard the cookies. Here comes Skippy. Here comes Skippy. All right, come here, Granny. Okay, so what we're gonna do to start with is I've got my containers. Where did they go? Okay, so as I was thinking about what can I do, I'm going to go ahead and put a cookie or two inside of this rack, and I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to shove it in one of these holes. Let's see if I can find where my comments are. So you can make this as hard or as easy as you would like. I'm going to make this one easy, and then probably a few of them, I'm going to stick them in, and I'm going to go ahead and twist, make it a little more difficult, and maybe I'll stick it in further. I don't know. Sometimes it is all about playing around with different ideas. What's my dog going to like? What are they going to enjoy? All that fun stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do a few more. Then it is the fun part where you get to watch your dog. Do they like it? Do they not like it? They are both here waiting. Let me see. Hopefully, they're would like to see what we got. Can we see that? Find your cookies. Find those cookies. When I'm working on something brand new, there goes the sniffing. You found your cookies. Right. Where's cookies? Oh. Now she's trying to open it up. That's what she's doing now. Can you get your cookie? Come on, keep trying. Yeah. Come here, Skippy. Come here. You can't hear it, but their noses are just going crazy. Can you get it? That's not too hard. Yeah. Good girl. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch it up. I'm gonna go cookie facing out. So sometimes this is all about troubleshooting. Can you get it? Come on. Yes. You can take it. Oh, we got one. You did it. Yeah, you found it. Her nose is going. You open it. I don't know about you, but I love watching them start using their noses and trying to find it. Hey, come on. I just hear it going. Makes me smile. Yes. Go ahead. Yes. Come on. Go ahead. You get it? Good girl. There we go. I don't know if you saw that. Skippy actually grabbed that. Good girl. Can you open it up? There. There we go. So fun. You get it? Get it? So Oakley is like, oh my goodness, that thing's moving and it's noisy and it's loud. This is something with our really nervous dogs, letting them work and work through stuff like this can be super helpful because you're getting brave. You get it? Skippy, got your nose going. You get it? Get it? The other thing you could do if they're not wanting to pull it out, you could definitely start with a smaller container and you could put your cookies and your rags on the inside where they have to go ahead and pull them out of the hamper, whatever it is that you are using. Come here, Skippy. You get it? She's still trying to get into that one. So here's the thing. Rag with cookies in it takes a really long time for my dogs to get them out, which means they will be working hard for what I'm giving them. And that is the goal of enrichment. It's to get them trying to figure out how to do stuff. You get in there? Skippy. Yeah, there you go. Good job. Can you get your cookies? Get your cookies. Can you get your cookies? No. You get the Skippy. Good job. So that is one that I thought about. I said, I just saw this and I was like, this is a brilliant idea. Hey, can you find your cookies in there? So the other thing that I had thought about, so people will roll up towels. I've seen people roll up things just like in, oh, what's the word? Sorry. I thought maybe a long sock might be cool. I've seen people do this and then they shove them in like a ball that has a bunch of things like this. Hey, come here. Little roller bar. Here, find a cookie. Is there a cookie in here? Skippy. Open. There you go. Skippy can't quite find the cookie, but she definitely is looking. So, other things. Hey, you find a cookie? Some dogs like to shred. People will either put cookies in like that. You can crumple up paper towels and you can put them into some sort of a container with cookies on the bottom. So I deep cleaned a lot today and I got all the containers. So it doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be fancy, and it doesn't all have to be the same stuff. So we can throw a few of that in, throw another red, throw a sock in. Doesn't have to be fancy or fun. It just has to do the trick if we're doing our do it yourself, have fun at home. Come here, Skippy. Hopefully, buy cookies. This is almost like a snuffle that they have to, like a snuffle puzzle type idea. Yeah, it's not good. Why am I working? Yeah. She's lazy, but she's not lazy. She's one that will play hide and seek for hours and hours and hours. Skippy will eat the food constantly. There she goes. Okay, gotta move. Other fun stuff that you might have around the house is a muffin tin, and you put tennis balls on top. I'll throw some cookies, or you can even throw their whole meal in there. And then you put your tennis ball right on top. And okay, you ready, Skippy? Make sure this camera hits. Okay, here you go. Find the cookies. Find the cookies. Oh. You get them off. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe your dogs will have more fun. My dogs are like, I don't know how I feel about any of this. Ooh, now I want to move. You get your cookie. Figure out how to get it off. Do you smell those cookies? Do you smell them? Good girl. There you go, Skip. That was. She pulled it off. Then she can't find the cookie. Did you find the cookie? Well, that's hard work for you, huh? I don't know. One of my other favorite things I like to do is, there you go. You knock it right off. Is almost play like which cup has the cookie. It's Skippy. Okay. Here you go. Right there. Feed it. Feed it. Skip. Where's those cookies? Where are the cookies? Their brains are working. They're smelling. And lift it up. There you go. Figure it out. These are ones, especially the one in the hamper. I want to try this one and see if they can get it and figure this out, because this one will be a fun one. This will be a fun one. I just got to figure out how to put these through. Still going. Come on, you can do it. Move things around. You got it. I think there was one other thing. Oh, okay. So enrichment doesn't necessarily have to be things like having to find the cookies. We can have them start doing some more difficult things. So I don't know if either of mine will. You can have them put a pop on top. You can have them put both feet on top. We can really have them work on doing different positions as well for and good girl. There you go, good girl. Good girl. Oh, that's fancy. Look at you, good girl. There you go. Good girl. Fun. Oh no, maybe that was kind of just silly. You can make enrichment just about anything you can think of. Like I said, it is, will this work or will it not work? So some dogs are going to find this like the funnest thing in the whole world, and others are like, nah, I really don't want to work that way. But I wouldn't say that any of these aren't ones that would work, because guess what? I heard their nose is going crazy the whole time. They're just sniffing and sniffing and sniffing. Come here, come on the side so they can actually see. The goal here is for them to work so that they will wear the brain out and become tired. So she might just start pulling that kind of stuff out. Sometimes I'll put it down and I just let them start thinking about how this might work. So she's a good girl. Find the cookies. Got some of the fun stuff is finally finding something where they're like, oh, I'm gonna actually try and actually find what you've put out. So my guess is throughout the rest of the evening, she will be trying to figure out how to get this stuff out of there, because there's probably like 5 or 6 cookies down there. It doesn't have to be huge cookies. It doesn't have to be anything like food related. If they have a favorite toy, you definitely could utilize like a big container. Let's get these the tinsel. There you go. So again, that would just have to be big enough to tennis balls. Doesn't have to be a clean laundry either. Here, can you get your ball? Find it. Find it. We'll hide a tennis ball like in an actual big blanket. Find your ball. Find it, Skippy. Where are the balls? And she has to kind of dig around and try and get that blanket open. Good girl. Did you get a ball? Yes, look how happy you are. Good job. Oh, and Oakley says, is there a ball in here for me? Can you find it? Good job. There. Get the balls. Go get them. But I'm done. They said they're excited. Putting things up on things makes them have to think a little bit more about how to do those things. Maybe it's a little sketchy in spirit at first. Skippy, can you find the ball? Find it. Find it. I'll take that one from you. Can you find it? I play find the ball with Skippy all the time. I'll go hide it in a different room and I'll leave her on the stay and then I send her to go find it. So hide and seek doesn't even have to be a person. Can you find the ball? Can you see that nose going though? She has a favorite ball that she will start with. And if you throw another ball for her, because Oakley got it, she'll look for the other ball all day long. So now I can see she wants her first ball that she found. She's getting pretty close. I put it in that blue bucket over there. You find your ball? So sometimes your games are kind of accidental where she's like, I actually want the ball that you put all the way over there and I can't get it. Where's your ball at, huh? Can you find it? Where's the ball, Skippy? Where is it? You can set up cookies all throughout the rooms and put them under stuff. I mean, it can be a scavenger hunt. It can be enrichment can be so fun, but I don't know if you can actually hear those noses going, but they are sniffing, sniffing, sniffing. Hey, can you find a ball? There you go. Can you reach it? Can you reach it? Can you reach it? What you can do? There you go, girl. That's the ball you wanted. Good girl. Yeah, let me pick that. Good job. Good job. There's some dogs that really like to shred things. If you have a dog that has some destruction that way, you can get like Amazon boxes and have them help you break them down and things like that. That can really help with some of those behavioral issues. So I don't know, you can do tons of stuff. Sometimes it's all about just like exploring and thinking. And like I said, I came up with that in like 10 minutes, sorry. As I try more, I'll take some videos and post them so you can kind of see maybe what this looks like in a couple of days after we've done it a few more times. Got Oakley over there in that box now. She's more happy with it on the ground. Stinking dog. This is my favorite. I love to watch their brains work. Look at those ears. Those ears when they flap out like that when she's my favorite. I love it. Good girl. Hey, I did have somebody that wanted to also chat about how to discipline your dog. And I just want to say this quickly, and I'll let you kind of have a watch it Oakley over there. But as far as discipline goes, discipline is going to look different for every thing that they're doing. So I'm trying to think. So in our program, like if we are going to give a correction, there's a specific correction for the sit. There's a specific correction for the down and so on. So everything that we have taught, there's a correction that goes with that command. When we are working on teaching, we're not correcting at all. So when it comes to discipline, we're not going to be able to fairly discipline unless the dog knows what they're supposed to do. So we have to spend a lot of time teaching the dog what we want and what we need before it is super fair to give a lot of discipline or correction. So I don't really know exactly what issues you might be dealing with, but as far as if it's like jumping on somebody, we have got to teach them, okay, we don't do that. Disciplining them and yelling at them and things like that, that's not going to do much, but teaching them exactly what it is that we want instead can be really helpful. Let me think. I really like to be able to give like a verbal correction. I feel like that's something that can be really, really helpful. So as we're moving through our program, we are giving correction, and then we're able to start moving to the point where we're just able to give like and if that works, then we don't have to keep giving that specific correction that we taught for the sit or the down. We can give that verbal correction part. I wish I should have asked a little bit more to see if there was something out of discipline. And every dog's gonna be a little bit different too. Some dogs, you can just give them a look and they're done. Other dogs, you're going to really need to get up and stop them from what they're doing. So some of this comes into like, we have to teach them what we want and what we expect. And then we have to move into follow through. So if you have done all the work to teach, then we just got to keep following through. A lot of discipline comes down to following through with what we've asked. So if you're not going to follow through with it, don't ask the dog to do it. So for example, barking. Our dogs bark, 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 bark. My philosophy is they can bark all they want until we tell them to stop. So we're going to start giving them that quiet command. And if they don't stop, I'm going to squirt them with in the mouth with a little bit of vinegar water. And then the next time they bark, I'm going to give them that same quiet command. If they don't stop, I'm going to go ahead and give that correction again. If they do, I'm going to praise, 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 praise. Now, if I don't have a way to stop the barking, I'm not going to ask them to stop. Otherwise, they're going to learn that that doesn't matter. She doesn't have vinegar water, I can keep barking. If she does, then I can't. So I have a vinegar water everywhere in my house until I don't have to use it for very, very often. So maybe a couple months it just sits there and I haven't used it, I'll go put it under the sink. The biggest thing it comes down to is if we're going to ask our dog to do something or we're going to be like, nope, we can't do that, is following through. So the next time they do it, if we don't go, well, no, we can't do that. Your dog is just really being reinforced that sometimes they have to, sometimes they don't have to. And that makes discipline or, really everything be, we want them to have that consistency that we are bringing to them. This sounds really just kind of jumbled. It's because it is. So I will make a specific video for you. Lorraine, if you want to just post on the live what you what specifically you're dealing with, I would be happy to make a video that's more like geared towards that, so I can kind of show you the process of how we teach, how we can correct and follow through, all in a short video. So you guys, I will chat with you later. I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you enjoy watching my dogs try to work. They didn't work very hard, but hey, I don't call it a loss. I'm going to actually try some of those again because I think that eventually they will love that. So, okay, guys, I will chat with you later. Have a great night.